Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you're looking after yourself and having a positive start to the week wherever you are. I took yesterday off from recording, etc. It was a busy day and still catching up with everything after my vacation, right? So still try to catch up with everything in Raid, still a lot to do in Raid. Season kicks off in 2 days. And yeah, anyway, I've kind of got around to doing my event team, which I want to share with you guys. And I wanted to talk about how it's built around RAMANTU. Now, I've done loads of testing. I've done about like 4 or 5 teams testing, and I've kind of built it around RAMANTU. Now, I did try it without RAMANTU, and my team hasn't really changed that much compared to the last team that I showcased against the Demon Spawn with the Chaos Awakening. So today we've got the RAMANTU, and for me, RAMANTU is going to be key for this because of one reason why, and that is going to be the block type skill. Now, there isn't many people, many champions in this game that have this block type skill. There is Carnage, but I found Carnage to be inconsistent with this ability because of how its targeting works, and this is AoE, so this is great. And any time I feel like this will cause me problems when it's a 3%. And I've also seen a 3% happen as well with this skill on the ads, and my team is still working fairly fine. I haven't seen any fails so far, so I'm going to say it's pretty much 100%, probably the odd chance of being 3%ed, etc. And I would say like 4 out of the 5 champions are very accessible, and then the last champion can be replaced with multiple champions, which we'll talk about in the bit as well. So this is really, really strong overall, and this is why he has made the team for today, because the Shadow King Unity is just absolutely busted, and he will shred you apart if you give him a chance. So you have to take him down quick as well. So let's showcase the team. Let me showcase the presets, etc. And I'll just show you that we was doing a couple of runs before. So you can see here we have Duchess, which we'll talk about a couple of replacements in a second for Duchess. So you can see here my personal best time is 109. It's about 109 to 130 consistently, which is pretty cool. My gear is really, really endgame. I've been playing for a very long time as a low spender in Raid. So that's one thing to take on consideration. So we have Duchess opening with the rebirth, and then with A2, because otherwise she won't revive, you will need that. Carnage will flip automatically, it needs to be the slowest in the comp, and he's just basically in here for raw DPS, right? Then we have Marius coming in as well with his DPS abilities, which is great. He's actually got Stormcaller on, which doesn't really affect his team. If anything, makes his team worse for me. I would say that Cat Gaze would be the better relic for sure. RAMANTU is going to be in here. RAMANTU needs to be the fastest because champion Unity will overlap you. So you'll need them to have decent accuracy, which I think is roughly around about 550 accuracy. I'm sure someone in the comments will let me know down below if I'm wrong on that. And then the speed is going to be the fastest in it. You don't need 350, but he does need to be the fastest. You can run this team a bit faster than the boss, which I think the boss was around about 315 when I checked, or 310. So as long as you're faster than the boss, you should be fairly fine with that. We do have a speed aura as well with Tim Presence, which again can help you lower your speed as well. Then we have Lydia, which I want him to be the second fastest with the increased speed, again because you can drop the speed down slightly and then use the increased speed to your advantage, which is going to be pretty nice overall. RAMANTU will basically deal with Harima as well, which is going to be great. I've seen this team 3% on Harima and then Champion Unity, and we still cleared the team. It was just a bit slower. You can also use Brimstone on one of your champions to make it a bit faster. I've got Brimstone on RAMANTU, but if you have like a 5 or 6 star, that would make this team fairly faster as well. Let me show you in a run then what he can do, or this team will do. So let me talk about replacements for her. So the number one choice for replacement would actually be our good friend, and probably better than her, which would be Eva. Second one would be Pythian. I feel like Pythian can do the role as well. You just lose out on speed aura because he also will bring the cleanse and a reviver. And anyone in that type of situation with these type of abilities, I feel can get the job done as well. But you will need a reviver with this strategy. So let's go ahead and press to play. It's a pretty easy team. I don't want to make this video too long. I want it to be sharp and quick with the information you guys need. So you can see here we do have Passion, which is a no-mythical relic on the on Carnage. Again, that doesn't really matter too much because Carnage, just more buffs you get on the target, the more ignore defense he will ignore, and that's going to be the key part of doing damage. You'll see that he will steal the buffs, so Lydia does need to be in a 9-piece protection to try and protect your buffs as much as possible, because building resistance as well as survivability is going to be key. And you'll need Duchess to be in a shield set or a bolster set to be able to survive the AoE, right? Or you can also use regeneration as well, which is going to be super key. I haven't tested in 9-piece protection, and unfortunately I can't remove the mythical relics off my damage dealers because it's just too expensive. I've only got like 2,000 Stardust left, and it's like 900 or something just to remove it. So I do apologize about that. There's not much I can do. Really need to do a better job of allowing us to do that. For me personally, relics should be free to move around, because like people should be able to gear the best champions of PvP as well as that. So you can see there 1 minute and 16 seconds, pretty easy. RAMANTU coming in with 2,500. Again, he's in Stone Skin, he's an arena build. It don't need Stone Skin on him. Slayer would probably work better, or Merciless, because you'll do more damage on him. And as well, Carnage would need the Stone Skin, right? Because they're just arena builds. And I was trying just to get away with outbuilding, building stuff, rebuilding stuff all the time, right? So I want to save much as possible. So really, really reliable team. I do understand it's not the fastest team. I could probably run something a bit faster, but I don't feel like you guys will be able to achieve that. And for these champions, if you like it or not, are free to play, accessible, because they're all free champions that you can access. You might not have them, and you might see them as not free to play, especially as Carnage, but there is free to play players I know that do have these champions. Obviously, Duchess is not free to play, right? We spoke about a couple of replacements already for her, right? So that's going to be that thing there. I'm not free to play, so I'm not going to try and make a free to play team, because my gear is also not free to play. You can also see I did test Lamassu in his team, and Lamassu's A2 was great, but the Shadow King was still a bit wonky with the True Fear, was inconsistent, right? So let's go with the builds then. You get to see some arena builds, which is great. We use Carnage in Form 2. There's obviously no bonuses on there, so we've got good attack of 8,100, 280 speed. We have 297 critical damage and some melee accuracy as well. You won't need accuracy for Form 2 on this ability, so just take that into consideration. You can probably get away with like 250 critical damage. Carnage's damage increases on his Form 2 for the more buffs that you put on the boss. So as long as Lydia and RAMANTU are doing this stuff, you'll be perfectly fine as well. I have tested without Lydia to see if RAMANTU can get its work in on the defense down, because they'll target the boss once the ad's dead, and it wasn't as quick, or as consistent as well. It was still doable, but Lamassu didn't really add much to that aspect. So again, cat gaze or anything like that, necrosis or stuff like that would be fine for Carnage. You just want some extra stats on him overall. For me, Lightning Cage for Arena, and then these are the masteries that we're using on Carnage. My mastery is a little bit out of date. You can still see I got 3 resets and best masteries on him, if I'm being honest. I got Carnage really, really fast as well compared to most players, so I've had him a long time in their masteries, right? You can also see I use Instinct because he ignores so much defense. I saved the Savage and Lethal sets for other nukers on my account. So Lydia's in a 9-piece protection. She was in Hex, but I just found that 9-piece protection is great because you're increasing the damage on Maris's A1, not on his A2, and increasing Carnage's damage as well, which is going to be fantastic as well. So her speeds are fairly fine. I think you can get around roughly around about 310. Again, as long as you go first, you have a speed aura, you can probably go 300 as well. Now, don't look at the critical rate, don't look at the critical damage, don't look at resistance. You need accuracy, speed, and survivability. I have critical rate, critical damage because she's a +4 fully awakened. This is my Chimera build that we use on her, so that's what we kind of roll. And yeah, you can see 500 resistance is pretty strong as well. Overall, I guess I'll show you the gear as well, because some people do like to see this and some people don't, which it's kind of when there's no relic on her as well, so you can use relics to increase your stats if you're struggling. Cruelty, I think Brimstone is probably better for this boss, but Cruelty is fine as well. And I guess I keep Cruelty for her on other stats. Again, you don't need Warmaster here. She's there to land the debuffs on there. So if you're struggling with the stats, go with Eagle Eye, which is perfectly fine as well. So there's nothing really anything there. Again, Cycle of Violence is not very good on her. You want to go Cycle of Magic for sure. Again, I just don't want to pay the 150 gems because I don't really use her in PvP, so it doesn't really matter to me. Let me show you the stats on Carnage. All the stuff on Carnage. Does need a better ring actually. Do we have a better ring for him in the future? No, we need. Okay, Ray, that's what we need for Christmas, right? And we also need a better banner as well. It's kind of depressing. Actually, I do have a better banner, but it's on Commodus, right? So, yeah. And then this is my Duchess. Again, you don't need reaction, so please don't look at reaction. Think, Jesus, I'm not going to get that. And you don't need HP because, like, this amount of HP, because I've done this team before, and I was getting away with about 110,000 HP, which was perfectly fine. We have good defense as well, and we have good speed. So these three are the way to go. Again, I use this in arena, so this is the build that we kind of use, right, which works on my account pretty nicely. Then we have Asper which again is arena relic. If you can get the mythical relic, that's going to be really, really strong for her. It can't be critted. And then these are the masteries as well. Then we have another one here as well. We have Marius with the arena build. Speed is 303. Again, you want Duchess to be faster than Marius, really. We've got critical rate, critical damage, decent accuracy, with accuracy up and increased defense. Really strong defense. Survivability could be better for sure, which would be super, super nice. And that is generally the way that I would like to go here as well. And you can see I've got merciless gear presets, etc., but I auto chimera these days, so I don't really worry about this stuff as well, right? So yeah, just getting a bit lazy. Don't need Stonecaller, Cat Gaze. It's going to be actually better for him because you'll do more damage for sure. And then you have Soul Reap as well, which again, who could go? Yeah, Soul Reap is probably the best way, or Crushing Ram against the boss. And then actually Crucial Ram would be the best one, right? So yeah, that generally work well. These are my arena masteries. Again, it could be better. I like these for arena personally. I do like Shield Break. I know some people don't. I do, because sometimes people will try to stack bolster against me, and then I'm increasing my damage against shield for arena. And then we're into with the most probably simplest build in here. We have a reasonable HP and defense, so I did go for survivability on the optimizer with reasonable speed and accuracy. Again, I can't remember the accuracy too much off the top of my head, so I know 600 is pretty much OP for a lot of the content that we need to do in Raidshadowlegends. And again, this is this here as well. I won't be farming this dungeon as much, but I will be farming it for like dungeon divers, etc., when it makes sense to. So at least I have a team ready. They will probably do a tournament probably tomorrow once this video goes live. I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming up on Play and Play tomorrow or something like that, or Wednesday as well. So they will definitely make you do it. It's really hard to say if this set is worth farming or not because there's no testing on this set. But personally for me, I will do some farming. I will at least try and get 1 or 2 sets ready for my account, but I won't be going out my way until we see some solid evidence that is going to be coming into PvP meta. I think we'll have some niche cases. I don't think it's a bad set. I think it just needs to be tested before that, because like we always judge all these sets and say, oh, it's not going to be great. I think a lot of people did it with Pinpoint, etc. The same people, Pinpoint could be stripped, etc., and that wasn't the case. Pinpoint took over the meta, right? So don't think we'll see the same from this set, but it would be interesting to see. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully this helps you as well farm the boss, and good luck on your journey as well with event journey. As usual, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you next one. Take care. Peace.